for each hour exchange, you think that there's something wrong.
I got tricked into coming to a meeting by a good friend of mine. He told me to come and he wanted me to meet somebody, but he didn't tell me who. He didn't tell me where we were going. And when I got there, there was a room full of people. So I sat in the back of the room. I was angry. And I'm sitting there counting minutes saying, 30 minutes, I'm out of here. I'm gone. And at the last minute, I decided, listen, I've got nothing to lose and everything to gain.
I will tell you, every Friday, when you're getting a check, and
when I joined 5 Minutes, what I love most about it is there's a system. There's a system that anybody, I don't care if you got a third grade education, a high school diploma, I don't care if you got 9 PhDs from Harvard or Yale. Anybody can follow this system. You almost got to make a decision that you want to fail. You got a chance to do things that most doctors and lawyers and people with degrees that have gone to school for years are not able to accomplish. You have time, and you've got money, and you got them together. What could be better than that? 5 Minutes has afforded us a lot of things, but the things that I love to focus on, in 93 days of being in this business, we ended up with a silver BMW. The next thing, here we are 16 months later, we get a brand new Bentley coupe. And I couldn't even imagine getting one of those. So, I mean, this business, if you just wanted a vehicle, it's a vehicle to do business, but it's also a vehicle to change your life. And you actually get some real vehicles.
what Thomas and I like to do most is to travel. A couple months ago, we came back from the Caribbean, got an email, there was yet another trip that we had to plan for. And you'll never imagine traveling and somebody else pays the bill. In fact, the last one we went on, our bill was $4.69.
A typical day for me is, I love reading. I love sitting down and catching up on books. I love any time that I can take my kids to school. I just love the fact that I have my own time and I can control it. I love that about this business.
Many of our team members are affiliated with our church. There are people on the team that we went to school with, that we went to elementary school with, that we went to high school with, that we went to college with, friends that we have had for 20 years. That's the beauty of this business, that literally you can connect with people that you haven't seen for years.
This is a family business for us. We are going to build a dynasty here. We staked out a flag. My nieces, my nephews, we're all working to build this business together. The same way the Rockefellers built their business together, and all the other great dynasties that were before us built, we're going to build together.
All right. Man. How y'all feel out there? Y'all feel all right? I know it's been a long day, and I'm excited. The one thing that I love about this video is he said time. See, we don't want to waste your time, because time is very important. Time is the only thing you cannot recoup. So the way you spend your time is very important. So today, we're just appreciative of y'all spending y'all time to find out about this wonderful opportunity called 5 Links. My name is Dwayne Upchurch, and I'm an executive with this opportunity, this business called 5 Links. And so I want to just give some quick housekeeping rules. The first thing is, if you have the wonderful thing called a phone, if you could put your phone on vibrate, mute, turn it off, that's great, because we don't want you to miss out on any information or just be a bugaboo. All right. The second thing, if you have to go to the bathrooms is right outside this door and just straight ahead to the, there you go. All right. And then the last thing, if you have any questions, please hold your questions to the end, because I'm pretty confident that the information that you're going to see here is going to answer pretty much all your questions, okay? And so, with that being said, listen, I want to introduce someone to the stage that I just really have a tremendous amount of respect for. Okay, this guy literally has helped me and transform my life in the last 6 months. He has helped me build a team in the states of Pennsylvania, in the states of New York, in the state of Pennsylvania, New York, Maryland, and in the state of Hawaii. And he does this for me because I tell you, the squeaky wheel gets the attention. And so I'm just so proud that he's my upline. I'm so proud that he's a servant brother. I'm so proud that, I found the flyer from his upline, and I took the time to call. And so I'm here today, and you all are here today as well. So we want to value your time, and I'm pretty confident that this next person, he's going to help you understand how you can spend your time more wisely and link up with a bunch of people that want to spend that time wisely with you. So with that being said, I want to introduce to some and present to others my friend, my leader, my coach, my upline, Mr. Ray the Sensei!
Guests, I'll try to identify you in a few minutes. I have approximately 12 minutes in an effort to try to change your lives. And the reason why that's important is because we're on a tight time schedule. We've been here since Wednesday. We've rented out just about all of the facility, but our time is coming to a close. And so I'm going to rush through a significant portion of the presentation in an effort to kind of fortify you with some details that might help you understand the larger picture. But at the end of it, I'm going to introduce you to a guy who made his first million in less than 3 years. Now, that's not to suggest that you're going to be a millionaire, but what I'm trying to convey is he's an expert at making money, and whatever your desire is, if you want to make a few extra $100 a month, or a few extra $1,000 a month, or a few extra $10,000 a month, he's more than qualified to help you do that. You just heard from a young man named Dwayne Upchurch. He's a business owner. He owns a farmer's insurance company. In spite of being hugely successful in the secular world, he decided to take advantage of what we're offering because of something called residual income. Most people don't know what residual income is, but residual income allows you to do something one time, but get paid over and over again without you having to repeat that action, which is why Michael Jackson in 2017 made $75 million. And so we get paid like Mike, even though you don't know how to. So I'm a little excited about that because you don't have to have any specific credentials or in fantastical skill sets to earn like Michael. And so I'm going to talk to you briefly about an incredible company called 5 Links. 5 Links changed my life. I took a look at this opportunity on September 23rd, 2013, at a time in my life when everything was all right. I learned from my senior partner, you need to build your well before you get thirsty. Because when it's time to drink, if you ain't got no water, you are not going to make it. And so I took a look at the opportunity. I got started. I worked with some of the top money earners in my first 30 days, which is uncommon. I made significant 5-figure income. From a guy from the South Bronx who didn't believe nobody, didn't trust anybody, and certainly didn't think a business opportunity like this could change my life, because all my life I heard, if you go to school, you get a good education, you make a whole lot of money, and you be successful. Y'all heard that?
Yes.
I want you to think about everybody you've ever met who has followed that plan. Identify one of them that lives in your dream house, or drives your dream car, or enjoys your dream lifestyle. And if everybody's following the same plan and nobody's as successful as you desire, then maybe something's wrong with the plan. Everybody can't be wrong. Maybe we need to reconsider what it is that we're doing. Maybe the recipe needs to be amended. Does that make sense? Yeah. So let me tell you about our company, because most people know that this is not a household name. We're not like Kellogg's or Procter & Gamble. So how come very few people in the United States know about us? That's because we don't run advertisements. You don't see us on billboards. You don't see us on television. But I will tell you some of the companies who are familiar with us. Fortune 100 and 500 companies that many of you do business with right now. Verizon, T-Mobile, Sprint, Nextel, GE, DirecTV, Dish Network, Comcast, Xfinity, Cox, Cablevision, Optonline, Blue Cross Blue Shield. Surely you've heard of some of these companies, yes? Yes. Surely even some of you do business with them, right? They've been around a long time, right? They have teams of lawyers that forensically research potential companies that they might partner with, and we've been in business with them all. Currently, we've had a significant amount of success. We got started in 2001. The reason why that's important is because the average business goes out of business in 3 to 5 years. So we've been around for close to 2 decades. What does that tell you? We're doing something right. In addition to having been around that long, we've been featured in just about every major business magazine that comes across the newsstand. Wall Street Journal, MSNBC News, Your Business at Home magazine 4 times, Success from Home magazine 5 times, the coveted Inc. 500,000 9 times. We're one of the top 50 U.S. direct sales companies in the United States, and here's what that means. We're probably more credentialed than the companies you work for or been laid off from. So it makes me no difference if you've never heard of us. We're still uber successful. In addition to that, we've got an A+ credit rating with the Better Business Bureau, governance sanctioned by the Federal Trade Commission in good standing. #1 corporate business entity in Rochester, New York, beating out companies like Xerox, Paychex, and Bausch & Lomb. And so I'm excited about being with a company that has a history of creating success. Now, here's the industry that we're participating in, direct sales. Here's what's important for you all to recognize. It's created more millionaires than any industry in the history of the world. Now I want you to imagine your little version of you when you thought about what you wanted to be when you grew up. Remember what that was? What was it that you wanted to be when you grew up? When I grow up, I'm gonna be successful. How many of you said, when I grow up, I'm gonna be a couch potato? When I grow up, I want to be mediocre. When I grow up, I just want to be average. When I grow up, I want to suffer from paycheck to paycheck. I want to rob Peter and Paul so much they both looking for me. When I grow up, I don't want to do nothing more than go along to get along. Every child that I've ever met, including myself, wanted to grow up to be rich. Somewhere along the line, somebody sold us a bill of goods by saying, you can have what you want if you go to school, get an education, get a good job, and come work for us. Can I tell you a secret? It don't work. But we've created more millionaires than any other industry in the history of the world, to include the movie industry, the music industry, sports and entertainment. We've done $182 billion. There's more money here than in all 3 of these combined. So since you can't sing or catch a ball or act, your best opportunity to achieve your financial success is in my industry. And here's the key. You guys are already doing it. Direct sales. How many of you guys have ever purchased anything on the internet? Whoop! There it is. So how come you're not getting paid from the internet? We show you how to do that. Marketing products and services that you are all using right now. And we get paid residually. So no, don't take my word for it. These are business icons. Jim Rohn, super successful public speaker, established author, network marketing figure. He says it's the wave of the future. Robert Kiyosaki, known for Rich Dad, Poor Dad. It's one of the most published books in all the history of the world, and it's right up there somewhere in the stratosphere with the Bible. Rich Dad, Poor Dad. You know what he says? Network marketing gives people the opportunity with very low risk and very low financial commitment. Many of you, if you could own a McDonald's, you would, but you need an extra $1.5 million. Anybody got an extra 1.5 under the mattress? And if you had it, would you just risk it on a McDonald's? This guy makes an average of $22 million a day. That's Warren Buffett. You know what he says, Dad? Never depend on a single income. Watch me now. Your teacher said if you go to school and get an education, you'll get a job. What that sound like? A single income, doesn't it? Yeah. Now I bet you if you follow your teacher home, you wouldn't be impressed with the way they live. Somebody's going to get that on the way home. And so why 5 minutes? Very simple. There are 4 kinds of people in the world. First kind of person has time, no money. Second kind of person has money, no time. Third kind of person has no time, no money. And the reason they're not here tonight is because they owe you something. Fourth kind of person, which are the 3% on the planet, have time and money at the same time. And that's what financial success is. We refer to it as lifestyle. If you're looking to change your quality of life, let me encourage you to take a closer look at what it is that we're doing, because as was already stated, our industry has created more millionaires than any other industry in the history of the world. Here's a fun fact. Out of all the women in these United States that made $100,000 or more last year, 82% of them, young lady, did them in my industry. Isn't that interesting? So now, considering we market essential services and highly desirable products, if you know somebody that drinks coffee, would you mind getting paid? That was a bona fide question. Say yes. Yes. If you know somebody that uses a credit card, would you mind getting paid? Yes. If you know somebody that uses gas or electricity, visits a doctor, or watches TV, who would cash the check? Yes. That's how I get paid. I get paid when you're going to do the things that you would normally do anyway. So our company puts us in an income stream so that we can earn residual income. Now, currently, there are a number of industries that are going through a shift of wealth. I don't have time to go through all of them, but let me just read them real quick. Telemedicine, ID protection, credit card repair, prepaid loyalty cards, home security, mobile marketing, coffee, tea, credit card processing, IPTV, sports and wellness, and energy. If you add those up, that's over $1 trillion in potential revenue for you. How much do you want? You want all of it, right? Well, guess what? In order to get all of it, you got to position yourself in those industries. Do you think you can walk in the corporate offices of Verizon and say, I want y'all to work with me? But my company has done that. So based on our influence, you can have access to the same income without the heartache. Does that make sense? So since we're tight on time, let me just go through some of my favorite products. Do you know coffee by itself is a $35 billion a year industry, and that's why Starbucks loves you when you come through the door? How do y'all drink coffee? Y'all, you a coffee drinker? You a coffee drinker? Like, first thing in the morning coffee drinker? Like, don't talk to me before I have my first cup kind of coffee drinker? You're a Starbucks app. When did it ever become fashionable to spend $5 for a cup of coffee? Something to think about, isn't it? But here's the thing, too much coffee is no good for you. So we're the first to market with a gourmet coffee with something called MCT oil in it, which comes from coconuts, and it helps your brain function better, and your heart work better, and it helps you lose weight. Can't you tell? Here's the bonus. I get paid to drink. You get paid to drink Starbucks? Who do you think has the better deal? Now, if you don't like coffee, we offer tea with the same healthful benefits. How many of you guys are suffering from bad credit? Some of us got credit so bad as no credit. But here's the thing. Without credit, you can't really satisfy or optimize your income producing or income benefiting benefits. So we offer, through one of the largest credit card restoration companies in the United States, an opportunity for you to fix that. Look, everybody wants the American dream to own their own home, but if you ain't got no credit, everybody wants to upgrade their car, but if you ain't got no credit, everybody wants a job, but if you ain't got no credit. So what am I trying to convey to you? You should have some good credit. And if it ain't good, you need somebody to repair it, and we can help you with that. TV. How many of y'all watch TV? How many of y'all got Netflix? How many of y'all got cell phones? Guess what? Nowadays, it's all synonymous. Nowadays, IPTV means that you can watch your favorite content by way of your smart device. Now, most of the time when you look at Netflix, you know they got movies, but they don't have TV shows, so now you need Netflix and Hulu. But Hulu don't do music, so now you need Netflix, Hulu, and Rhapsody, or Tidal, or Pandora, right? So now you're paying for 3 things. But how many of them have live streaming content? Say none of them. How many of them offer sports and specialty channels? Say none of them. How many have the premium movie channels? Say none of them. Guess who offers all 6 categories? We do, and we get paid for it. Y'all like it? This is a big deal right here. This is in partnership with Juwan Howard. How many of you guys are sports fanatics? How many of you guys know who Juwan Howard is? How many of y'all know he's worth $100 million outside of basketball? Yes. How many of you guys know that he's right now a CBD pioneer? How many of you guys know what CBD is? CBD is an organic chemical compound in hemp that is proven in clinical trials to eat cancer. How many of you guys realize that there's only a few companies that offer CBD on the planet? How many of you guys realize that we're one of them? How many of you guys realize that this is going to be a multi-billion-dollar industry in the next 2 years? How many of you have to position yourself so that you can help mama with the tumor coming out of her side to get rid of the cancer so that she can have a better quality of life and stay around long enough to meet your children? Oxygen. The chemical organic compound in every one of these products is hemp-derived cannabidiol. And it is right now the fastest selling product we offer, and we get paid to help people get better. I'm a little excited about that. So yes, we can help you save on cable and internet and home phone and gas and electricity, and we can help you save money on coffee and get paid and live a better quality of life if you like tea, if you like TV and IP. That's great. If you want to save money, we can absolutely positively help you. But somebody came here because they want to make a few extra $100 a month. That's why I got started. Just wanted to pay a cable bill. It was like $200 and something for TV. Y'all don't even remember when TV was for free. And the TV was so heavy if it fell on you, it'd kill you. Now, you can buy a flat screen at Costco's for $80. But you pay $200 a month for the rest of your life. Ain't that right there? Well, y'all better realize what is going on around y'all. So why not position yourself in a series of industries that allow you to get paid even when you're sleeping? Would anybody enjoy getting paid while you're sleeping so that when you woke up, your bank account was just a little more than it was before you went to bed? Yeah. Wouldn't that be cool, Dad? Yeah. I couldn't figure out how to do it. My background is physics and engineering. I'm a pretty smart guy. I went to school for 2 majors at the same time. I still couldn't figure out how to make the kind of money I used to dream about when I was a kid making mud pies. I couldn't figure it out. Until somebody asked me to take a look at this incredible business opportunity. In my first 30 days, we made a comfortable 5 figures. And this weekend, I got promoted to a senior vice president. Ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate that. But we're tight on time. I know you don't understand what a senior vice president is, but a senior vice president's income rivals most white-collar salaries in the United States. And there was a young lady at 28 years old who hit the position above mine. She got started with us when she was 18. By 23, graduated college, paid for it in cash, put her degree on the wall like wallpaper, traveled the world, freed both parents from financial duress and employment, and got promoted to platinum senior vice president over the weekend. Now, we have a platinum in the room. And here's why you need to know that. He used to be the former chief attorney for BET Television. Anybody know BET? Yes. He was the guy that put the deal together to help Bob Johnson walk away from the negotiating table with $3 billion. This is the guy. So he's had a history of making money for his friends. That's the kind of guy I want to know. It's one thing to make money for yourself. But when you're making money for your friends, I want you as a friend. He's the guy that talked to me about this business. He got started, made 6 figures in 90 days and 7 figures in 3 years. Now, here's what he tells me. You can't tell people get rich quick. You know what I said? You got rich quick. 3 years is quick. If it took me 20 years, that's still pretty quick, because I've been working since I was 14, and I was no closer to financial success when I took a look than when I was 14. I'm thankful that somebody was gracious enough, charitable enough, benevolent enough to talk to me about this business, and I brought him here today. And so I'm going to ask you to help me bring him to the front of the room, because we're tight on time. I need him to get up here to talk to y'all about the money, because he knows how to make globs of it. So whatever your desire is, an extra $200 a month or $1,000, this is the guy to help you. Bring it to the front of the room, none other than Platinum Senior Vice President Thomas, the Maestro.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for coming out. I want to thank all of you guys for coming out. What's your name? Jamal Thomas Felder. Nice to meet you. What's your name? Hope? That's a great name. Hopefully you're a hopeful person with a name like Hope. What's your name? Nice to meet you, Vaughn and Brittany. Awesome. What's your name, sis? Beverly? Nice to meet you. Any other guests in the back? Awesome. Got some more over here. What's your name? Nice to meet you, Troy. What's your name? DeAndre? Awesome. Any more people in the back? All right. So I just want to tell everybody, first of all, Ray Hendrickson did an awesome job. And truth be told, if you're a guest and you've seen this presentation for the first time, anybody here seen it for the first time? Anybody? So all of you saw it before? No. All right, okay. I want to tell you that after this presentation, you have already made up your mind whether or not you want more information. All of you have. You made up your mind whether or not you wish you were someplace else at this point, right? So right now, I'm going to take you through the motions, because when I came and saw this presentation for the first time on November 14th of 2011, I walked into the presentation angry that somebody was wasting my time inviting me out. And by the time they had gotten to this slide of the presentation, I was asking for an application. That was me. I was already making 6 figures. I don't know what y'all are doing, but for me, 6 figures wasn't enough. I felt like I deserved 7. Are you with me? And maybe y'all feel like y'all deserve a little bit more than what you're making, yes? And some of y'all might be making good money, but might want some more time. Anybody can use a little bit more time? Anybody like to have time and money at the same time? Awesome. You with me, Jamal? You're just not going to answer to anything I say. Huh? Everybody else nodding. You angry today? You with me? All right, awesome. So, for you, Jamal, I'm going to finish the rest of the presentation. The rest of them have already made up their mind, but I can see you're still in the valley of decision, yes? All right, awesome. Now, Jamal, we only do 3 things, okay? We share products and services and we get paid. And you already do that, don't you? You wear name brand clothes all the time. Nike this and FUBU that, or drive a Mercedes. Whatever it is, you're looking for something with a brand on it, right? And when you do that, you're advertising for those people. You know that, don't you? And they don't know you. A lot of those companies don't even like you. But you got their brand and you sort of supporting their brand. And every time somebody see their brand, they're going to go buy it because of you. And nobody even gives you so much as an emoji to say thank you. All right? The second thing that we do is we share 5 links and we get paid. You may not ever have heard of 5 links before, but you've heard of all of our business partners, right? You've heard of Verizon, Sprint, T-Mobile, Wells Fargo, Dish, DirecTV, Protect America. You've heard of these companies, yes? So these are our business partners. They would not work with us if we were not a legitimate company, right? So you already working with our partners, so you already share 5 links. The difference between you and us is when we do it, we get paid. Do any of y'all want to get paid? Yes or yes? Yes. Awesome. All of y'all except for you. You don't want to get paid? I'm just checking. I mean, I don't know what kind of class of people y'all could have landed with the great coupon guy out there. I don't know. Help other people do the same. Now, do any one of y'all like to help anybody? Y'all like to help people? Alright, so look. We share products, you already do that, we get paid. You share companies that we already use, and we get paid. Help others do the same. You like to do that, we do too, and we get paid. So I think that all of us want to get to the side where it says get paid. Yes or yes? Yes. All right. Now, how do we build this business? It's pretty simple. We introduce the business to 2 people. Everybody here know 2 people who are overworked and underpaid. Say yes. Yes. One of them might be who? Me. Might be you. Right? I was overworked and underpaid. And they told me if I could introduce just 2 people, it would get me promoted to my first position. The very first person who I introduced to the business was my wife. We're about to be married going on 20 years. Right? It's pretty easy. She's in the back. Hey, raise your hand. Right? And so let me tell you how I did this. Give me a name again. Hope. What I did, Hope, is when I came home and after I saw the presentation, they told me I needed 2 people and my wife was out and she left her credit card home. It was an American Express and she left home what? Without. So my wife came home, that was my first business partner. You see how easy this is to do? You have somebody that's close to you in your opinion. I recommend y'all do this with caution. I already put in 17 plus years. I figured at this point, 249 wasn't going to make it or break it. You with me? So that was my first business partner. My next business partner was my sister. You have siblings too? You're already in, girl, right? So I did that, and that caused me to get paid $250. Now, $250 is not a lot of money. But the reason I got excited about $250 is they told me if I could introduce 2 people to the business, help them get qualified, the $250 would cover my cost of joining the business. It cost $249 to join the business. So if I help you make back every penny it costs you to get into this business in 30 days, then in essence, how much did it cost you to join? Nothing. Y'all okay with that? All right, awesome. Now, the company says if you're overly ambitious, we'll pay you more money. Anybody here overly ambitious? All right? Some of y'all didn't raise your hand. All right, raise your hand if you're just average or mediocre, subpar. Jamal, come on, you got to be one or the other, bro. Above average? All right, awesome. Jamal said he's definitely above average. So here's what we do. For people who are overachievers, and I like to consider myself an overachiever, right? And I think many of you here look like overachievers. Y'all got here early, in place, ready to handle your business. The company says they'll pay you up to $1,000 for introducing 5 people, right, in 30 days. Anybody here think you can't do that? You think you can't do it? You think you can't do it? You can do it too, so can you do it? Can you? You in the fence? Maybe, kind of, sort of? I'm going to show you how to do it in 2 minutes if you can't. You can do it? All right, so you got a bunch of people on your cell phone, don't you? 400, 500, 600 people, yes? You got at least 100 people on your cell phone, right? And a few of them actually know who you are. You can go through your cell phone. Listen, you can go through your cell phone and say, hey, this is Jamal. I just came from a great presentation, some 7-figure earners in the room. They shared some information I'd like to share with you. Are you interested in learning how to make some additional money from home? Yes or no? Can you send that text message out? I promise you, if you walked out of here, you sent that message to 10 people, 2 of them will respond in less than 15 minutes, and 1 of them will tell you that their resume is current. How about that? And that's true for every single one of you, right? So all you got to do is introduce the business to 5 people, that's $1,000. Now, the company also says that all we're doing is building a team and our network. I built this business for my friends and my family. Everybody who I knew people who I didn't know. Are you with me? It's a network, just like Facebook. You got 500, 600 people on your Facebook page. You know very few of them, but they added other friends who added other friends, and everybody's sharing everybody's information, right? Now, the company says that we will give you residual income. That is money that comes every 30 days. Is that all right? Company says if you share the business with 5 people, help them get 10 customers, at a residual income of 50 cents, they're going to pay you $25 every 30 days. Can anybody here get excited about $25? Yeah. You won't get excited about $25? I bet you right now, sis. Hope, I bet you right now if you were walking out of this room, there's a $20 bill right here, you wouldn't walk around it. No. You wouldn't walk around it. And I bet you if I told you every month I'm going to bring $20 to your house on the first of the month, on the month that I didn't bring it, you'd be calling me saying, where my 20? Hope, if you walked out of here right now into that parking lot, there was a $20 bill blowing in the wind. We'd be like, yeah. On your mark, get set. We'd be racing for the 20, right? Come on, sis, get the 20 some respect. So that's $25 every 30 days. It's not like just 120 is coming over and over again. And can you imagine getting paid the same 20 for doing something one time? Right? Now the company says if you're happy with 20, guess what we can do? These 5 people, all those 5 that we don't know, and now my group is up to 25 people, each with 10 customers, and a commission of 50 cents. I'm looking at $125 every 30 days. That's getting your nails done. Right? That's getting your edges trimmed, eyebrows. Right? Whatever else, those little errands, your cell phone bill, maybe your cable bill. It won't put you through college, but it'll take away a little bit of grief. Right? You won't be upset with an additional $125 every 30 days, would you? Joe, right? Joseph? Troy, sorry. All right, so here we go. We're in month number 3. These 25, no, 5 people, I don't know, that's 125. Each with 10 customers, average commission of 50 cents. And by the way, 50 cents is our lowest commission. We have commission products that we get paid upwards of $25 to $30 per person, per customer. Are you with me? So mess around and multiply these numbers by 30 and you'll understand why there's a guy in the back that made $6 million in under 7 years, or 8 years. I mean, he's like the $6 million man in the back, right? So watch this. That is now $625 every 30 days. Now, if I showed you a way how to make $625 every 30 days after being in this business for 2 years, would I not be your best friend? Would you not tell the kids to save a seat for Uncle Thomas? He coming over for lunch? Right? That's how it is. I mean, and many of us have had that experience, and that is just with 125 people on your team. Look what happens when you get down to 3,125 people on your team. That is $15,625 every 30 days. Now, I know what you're thinking, Hope. You're saying, man, that's not possible. Right? And even if it is possible, it won't happen for me. You know that's how people think. They always want to be as negative as possible. You know, the weatherman says 50% chance of rain. You'd never say 50% chance of sun. We always think to the negative. But watch this, folks. What if I could just show you how to make half this amount after 5 years of being in this business? Would this be time well spent today? Hey, Jamal, what if I could just show you how to make a third of that? If I could just show you how to make a measly $3,000 every 30 days after 2 years of being in this business, would it be all right? Troy, listen, I'm going to take you down to $800 every 30 days, Troy. After being in this business 3 years after today, would this be time well spent? All right, so that's what we're talking about, right? Even if I don't make all of it, this is the only business that I know that you can lose and still win. Is that all right? Now, we also get paid to help other people build their business. Any of y'all ever play any team sports? Team sports? What you play? Volleyball? What you play? What you play? Huh? Basketball? All right. And football. So all of y'all play team sports. And here, we all play a team sport. It's called win. Right? And the more we help other people in the room win, the more our check goes up. Right? And so at this position here, we got to show 2 other people how to win. This one 7, that one 27, at this one 400 and change, and at this one 1,200 people. And at this one, I'm telling you, it is a complete game changer. This is the point that you start thinking about, instead of playing a game, you're thinking about owning a team. Is that cool? And we got one of those guys in the back. I'm going to bring him up. All right? So we also get paid team bonuses as we help our team win. We can make up to $10,000 a month for helping your team hit their numbers. I mean, that's like somebody encouraging you and making sure you make the basket. Because when you make the basket, they get a check. And you get a check. Right? Doesn't that change the whole dynamics of the game? Everybody playing hard now. Everybody want to win now. Right? And so that's what our business is like. Now, we also get some perks. Right? You get any perks in your job, Jamal? What kind of perks you get? None really? No coffee? No. You get the park for free. You get to use the elevator? Doesn't let you use the elevator? All right, so some people get to use the elevator. What about you, sis? Any perks? Food and gift cards. Right, we come to your job after the meeting. What about you? Any perks? You get a park? What? You get the park for free. What about you? Discounts and points. We'll see you after the meeting. What about you? Discounts and points? Free health care. Awesome. Check you out. All right. So we get some perks as well. Right? They may not be as nice as free parking or free points and discounts. But we could get a free car. How about that? Right? The company will pay up to $800 a month for a BMW of your choice. It just has to be silver. Y'all okay with silver? Anybody opposed to silver? Right? So silver free is good for me. We also get an annual vacation and we get a leadership pool bonus. Right? Matter of fact, that's a position that Ray Henderson just hit. He has a BMW, now somebody else is going to pay for it. Right? Lisa Lawrence is in the back. She actually went to go pick hers out. And so she just, did you get it ready? All right, so she right? Y'all don't have anything against BMW, do you? Y'all okay with it? Troy, you good? All right. So at this next position called Platinum Senior Vice President, you get to keep all of those benefits, plus you get some more. You get a higher car payment, and you can pick a Mercedes 500 or a Tesla or really any car of your choice. The company will pay up to $1,200 a month. Is that right? Yes, sir. All right. When I was at this position, we were getting Bentleys, but you know, I would still take a Mercedes 500. It's not a real big step down, a little step down. It's a nice car. Right? So we also get an enhanced car payment. We get additional leadership pools. You get a ring that looks like a Super Bowl ring or a chain with a bunch of diamonds on it. And once you make $1 million, you get a watch that looks like a Rolex with a bunch of diamonds on it. Right? So those are just some of the perks of our business. By the way, this is the position that I hit in 85 days after coming to this meeting. After never doing a business like this in my life. Is that enough? You look angry, bro. You okay? Everybody clapping. Right, so anyway, I know it's not that exciting. But watch this. This next position I hit in 16 months, a year and 4 months after I came to this presentation, I hit a position called Platinum. And to be honest with y'all, I don't care if it took 20 years, it would have been worth it, yes? Yes. Awesome. Now this next position is called Diamond Senior Vice President. This is the highest position that our company currently offers. And the person who's at the position and he's one of the first 2 diamonds in our company. He's about to pass this position, and they're gonna have to make a new position for him. Isn't that nice when you get past the highest thing that they're offering? So you get this position for a diamond senior vice president. This position, you get $300,000 bonus just for hitting it, and then they pay you $10,000 a month on top of everything else that they're offering. So I just want you to ask yourself, as you're thinking about this business opportunity, if you stayed at your job another 10, 15, 20, or just let's say 1,000 years, is there ever going to be a day when they call you in and say, here's your $300,000 bonus check? Never remember. No. So with that being said, everybody, stand to your feet, put your hands together for none other than our diamond senior vice president.
Awesome. How you guys doing? First and foremost, let's put our hands together for Ray Hendrickson and Felder. And you know, for those that are guests, where are the guests? Raise your hands. Where are the guests? Awesome. Let's give a round of applause. And you are here for the last 3 days for our national convention in this convention center with thousands of people. You know, congratulations. Give yourselves a round of applause. And, you know, my story is very simple. I come from very humble beginnings. I'm not sure if everybody's familiar with that situation. Not everybody is. But I'm originally from East Flatbush, Brooklyn, New York. I'm the oldest of 6 children. My family's originally from Haiti. And, you know, we just came to the United States looking for the American dream. Anybody ever look for the American dream in a room? Right? And that being said, you know, they say if you work a good job and you start to build your legacy for 40 hours a week for 40 years, you retire at 40% of your income when you reach the top of that ladder in corporate America and be able to live happily ever after. Who's heard that dream before? And unfortunately, it seems like the system is rigged. It seems like people go through the journey, and then after going through 40 years, and one of the things somebody just talked about earlier is time. You don't want to waste time, right? After that journey has now been completed, you're expecting to live this life of abundance and surprise. I gotta go back to work. I don't have enough money to pay property taxes. You gotta pay property taxes forever, even when the house is paid off. And then my Social Security, you know, income is this, and then my expenses are this, and even with my retirement income, it's just not outpacing my debt servicing or my inflation and taxes. How am I supposed to do this? And so now you find yourself in retirement age looking to supplement your income. Anybody ever have somebody in their family or somebody that they know of that has gone through that surprise? Look around the room. Look around the room. That's the story that you're not hearing on CNN. That's the story you're not hearing on ABC and Fox and all of these different networks. And so that's one of the reasons why I share this opportunity. Because too many people are not prepared for reality when that happens. And this is an incredible plan. I've personally made tons of money. I've been able to retire my mom, my wife, build a $1 million home in a gated community, raise 2 children full-time. I'm a stay-at-home dad that can pay all the bills. Those are the things that mean the most to me. I never missed the first steps, the first falls, the first words of my kid. None of that. I didn't get a call from a babysitter saying, hey, by the way, your child looks like this. Oh, there it is. He took his first step. No, I was there. That's a very important piece to me. So above the cars and the homes and the money, it's being able to enjoy life as we're supposed to is really the diamond aspect that you don't see on the slide. Make sense? Yeah. So if you're interested in adding some potential in 2018, who wants 2018 to be the best and most phenomenal financial year of your life? I strongly encourage you to get involved with this opportunity because you never know. And that's the thing, you know, discipline weighs ounces and regret weighs tons. And that's for individuals seeing this information for the first time and for individuals that are in the business working it. You know, this weekend was incredible. We had an 18-year-old, I mean, she's not 18 now. She signed up when she was 18. She's 28 now. And she's the youngest platinum senior vice president in the whole company. When she was 18. I didn't start this business until I was 36. It's been over 10 years. I watched her go from little girl to, wow, she probably will never work a job for the rest of her life. And that's incredible. And so, how does that happen? How does that happen? Because we didn't hear about it early enough in life, this industry or this company, right? And then you have the other, spectrum, where we had an 84-year-old and an 80-year-old young lady walk the stage after some time in the business, and anywhere in between those two situations lies you in this room. And if you just commit and you have a no-quit attitude and you say, I'm going to do this for my legacy and my family, understand that you will walk that stage at a national convention like this in some city around the United States, and you have absolutely changed the narrative of your lineage coming behind you. So that being said, will you join us? Will you step forward and make this happen? The answer is up to you, and Thomas Felder is doing a phenomenal job, so I'm going to hand him back the microphone to complete the information. Fair enough? Awesome.
It's your choice. You finally get a chance to say, what if? Sometimes in life we just want a do-over. You ever wanted a do-over? Remember, like little kids, you get another chance to get it right? And if you had a chance to do it all over again, would you do something different if you had the opportunity? Would you? Right? Most of us, if we had the chance, we would make a change. So for me, I wanted to make a change. I went from the corporate model, which is 40 hours for 40 years, and making a living, to a finally success model where I help other people make residual income and make a fortune. Is there anybody else who ever said, if I could just switch from the left side to the right side, I would do it? Right? So that's what you get a chance to do in this business. And you get a plan B. This used to be my plan B, is now my plan A, to build a legacy with 5 Links. I wanted no boss, no quotas, no set hours. I wanted to work from home and have an additional stream of income. Is that the kind of life you want to live? Yes. Right? I wanted freedom. I wanted to be my own boss. I wanted to be debt-free. Is there anybody else in here want to be debt-free? Yes. Not owe anybody? Never worry about a 1-800 call or a certified letter or somebody checking on you to see if something is past due? Children's college fund. Wouldn't it be nice to pay for your children's college fund before you have a child? I mean, that's the deal. And then you don't have to worry about if your kid could jump or run a 440 or dunk backwards, or, you don't have to worry about that stuff. Every kid in the world is not going to get an A. Wouldn't it be nice to know that whatever your kid's grade is, you can go to school? Do you know rich people's kids, they go to Harvard, nobody asks them what their grades are? Their daddy just texts somebody else at the golf course and say, Junior's coming, sign the paper. Right? And that's one of the big things that this business offers us, is the opportunity to network. Having a network is more important than anything else when it comes to this business. We have over 300,000 reps in this business that we can text and say, hey, it's time for Junior to go to school. All right? Anyway, we also can build money for a charity. But most of us, our charity is what? Our family. Right? Charity begins at home. Right? We can get started for $249. That's a cheap price. Right? That's the cost of somebody's sneakers, somebody's purse, somebody's watch, right? Somebody's ring. Cheap price for freedom, yes? Yeah. There's a person in this room who has a house in Maui for $249. There's a person in this room that's getting a brand new BMW for a $249 investment. There's a person in this room with a Bentley Molson for a $250 investment. Right? That's what we all got for $250. It is a small price to pay. Right? Anybody want to change your life for $250? Right? We get representative support. We get 5 Links TV, a virtual office. We get sales and marketing resources. We get 5 Links training events, like the event that people were in all day today. We had an awesome time today, didn't we? Yes. Right? We get tax benefits. All of you are going to have to pay taxes, and under your current president, named President Trump, he says that if you don't own your own business, you can't get tax write-offs. So now everybody is running to own their own business. So some of us are so happy to be in this business. Even if we never made a dime, we can write off all of the stuff. We can write off expensive shoes and suits and plane trips and lions and tigers and bears. We get business ownership. Our business is billable. It's authorized nationwide. All it takes to do today is to get started. I thank all of you for coming out. But I'm not looking for everybody, truth be told. Right? There are three types of people in this room. There's a number 3 who came to this room because somebody put a gun to their head. Right? Somebody said, this is Burma and you got to go. I know that one of y'all might be one of those kind of people. I was that person. I didn't want to come to this thing, but I just said, what if it works? Right? It's just like having a lottery ticket. I said, at least I'm going to turn it in and see if it's a winning ticket. And so if that's you, I would say at least get back to the person who invited you out and say you want some more information. Is that all right? Yeah. But get some information if you can from one of the leaders in this room. Right? Don't go ask somebody who has never had success, that's not living the kind of lifestyle that you want to lead. Don't ask that person how to be successful. Because the minute you ask for their opinion, you buy their lifestyle. Is that all right? And then there's a person who's a number 2 in here. And they said, you know what, before I came here today, I was looking for something. And this just might be it. So if that's you, hang around after the presentation, get all of your questions answered. Is that all right? And then there's a number 1. Right? I came in a number 3, but I ended up a number 1 when they got to the middle of the presentation. And I said, I wish this joker hurry up and somebody hand me an application so I can get started. Because I said, if he could do it, I could do it. That's what I said. And maybe one of y'all are a number 1. And I traveled all the way down to Savannah, Georgia, looking for one number 1. I put one number 1 in my business a few years ago. Her name was Cynthia Brand. And she turned around and she put 4,500 people in my business, 1,000 of them in the first year. How about that? So let me ask by a show of hands, do we have any number 1s in the room? Awesome, awesome, awesome. Give me a hand, everybody. We're going to take 2 pictures, is that all right? And the reason we're going to take these pictures is a long time ago, the diamond who you saw in the front of the room, when he did a presentation, he said to me, come on up and take a picture with me. And I said, why do I want to take a picture with you? He said, you know, you'll never make $1 million until you can imagine yourself making $1 million. That is the power of your imagination. Even in the Bible, it says, by beholding, we become changed. You've got to see yourself someplace else in order to start heading in that direction. A journey of 1,000 miles begins with 1 step. And if you won't take 1 step, you won't take 2. The hardest step you will ever take is coming up here because it tells your brain that this time you're serious. In 2018, you're not playing. This time you're going to get what you came for. Every year up until now, you started and you stopped. But this time, I ain't going to stop until I get what I came for. Is that all right? So if you're here today, just come on up. Let's take a picture. I'm going to give you an application. You don't have to fill it out right now. If you don't have the money in your pocket right now, it's all right. But I want you to write down today's date. Get back to the person who invited you out. I will hang around as well as all the leaders in the room, and we will answer all of your questions. Is that fair?
Yes, yes.
Awesome. Why don't you just come on down and take a quick picture? I'm going to ask the senior vice presidents in the room. I'm going to ask the diamond in the room. I'm going to ask the MDs in the room. Just come down and be really quick. Come on down, Troy. Let's take a picture. Come on down, sis. We're going to take a picture. Take 2 quick pictures, and then we're going to bid everybody adieu. I will hang around until every question is answered. We're going to build the Savannah market. If y'all live in Savannah, it is our goal to put 10,000 people in this Savannah market into the business. Those people who get started in business before they do, you get a chance to override the entire business as we build it in your market. Is that all right? So we're looking at, not at the leaders of tomorrow, but we're looking at the leaders of today. So we're going to take 2 pictures really quick. On the very first picture, I'm going to squeeze in there with you. I'm going to squeeze in there with you. In our very first picture, we're going to say money. And we're just going to smile. Don't mess with the money. Everybody knows that, right? We squeezing in some more? I feel like I'm Kirk Franklin with one of the requirements. All right, so on 3, we're just going to say money. Everybody ready? 1, 2, 3. Money! Awesome, awesome. Now hang on, we're going to take a second picture. And on our second picture, we're going to hold our sign that stands for 5 Links, not a gang sign if you're from California. But I want to tell you this, if you're a guest, we also have a free gift for you worth $50. So whoever invited you out, make sure you contact them about your free gift. If you need help getting it, just let me know. I'll be more than happy to make sure you get your free gift. Is that why you came for the free gift, folks? You didn't even know about the gift? Jamal? Did you know about the gift? Troy? Did you know about the gift? All right, so all of y'all are getting the blessing. Y'all didn't even know y'all were going to get it. So make sure you get your free gift, right? So on 3, we're going to hold about 5, just stands for 5 links. On 3, we're going to say 5 links. 1, 2, 3, 5 links. Awesome. Give them a hand, everybody. Thank you, everybody, for coming out. We're going to spend time with each and every guest. If I can ask my business partner, just introduce yourself to the guests, especially on the NDs or SVPs in the room. Please take a moment, talk to all of the guests. Answer all of their questions. Go for that. All right. So with that being said, thank you so much. Again, if business partners, we're going to start to clear the room out. Make sure you have all of your belongings.